Hey guys, it's Jess from Madden Crafts, and I wanted to share some crafting experimentation that I did the other day. I have seen so many people doing variations on paint pour artwork that I wanted to kind of try my hand at it myself. Basically, what you do in paint pour art is you put a bunch of paint either in a separate vessel and then dump it onto your work surface or your canvas or your, in my case, tile coasters, or you pour it directly onto the surface and then move it around so the paint kind of swirls and marbles together to give a really pretty look. I'm using just, it's actually gloss enamels paint. I tried to use regular acrylic paint and it was too thick. So what you saw me do is to pour a bunch of different colors of that enamel paint into a disposable cup, and then I just flipped it over right on top of the tile. And now I'm just rotating the tile and tilting it around to sort of play with it and see what cool marble colors and mixtures happen as I move it around. It's important when you do this that you have someplace safe to work. I just used a small cardboard box, and then you also need some sort of thing to elevate your work surface off the bottom of your box or your newspaper or whatever you're working on top of. Otherwise the paint will just stick right to the bottom. So I used just a small scrap piece of wood to make my tile stand up maybe half an inch from the bottom of the box. Eventually I got enough paint on that piece of wood that ended up sticking to the tile too, but at least it gave somewhere for the paint to run off as I was sort of moving it around and creating different patterns. Another method I used is similar to the one that I used for my paint drip pots that I did a couple of summers ago, and that is to pour paint directly from the bottle into the center of my tile and then keep pouring paint exactly in the center, so you have these almost concentric rings of paint coming out from the middle. And then once I had all my colors of the rainbow on the tile there, then I started shifting it around and swirling it and moving it like I did with the previous tile. For this tile, I used the same strategy that I did for the first tile, but I added more color because I wanted to see whether the colors would mix together and get really muddy or if they just swirl. And it turned out, for the most part, they just kind of swirled into each other without mixing together, which I thought had a really cool effect on this particular tile. For this last tile, I used two different approaches, one on purpose and one by accident. First, instead of doing like the concentric circles, which I did with the second tile, I just sort of drizzled the paint all over the tile in different patterns and then started swirling it, and that gave it almost like a camouflage effect. The more I swirled, the more organic looking shapes that I got. And then I accidentally did something that looked kind of cool. I was trying to pop some of the bubbles on the surface of the paint so it would have a nice smooth surface, and I accidentally blew too hard, but the result of the splattered paint looked kind of cool, kind of like tie-dye. So I thought, instead of just having it once and having it be a mistake, I'm going to do it all over the tile and have it be on purpose. And I think that gave it this really cool kind of textured, sort of exploded paint look on the tile, which I thought was pretty cool. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. Subscribe to my channel. I put out 2 new videos every week. Visit me on my blog, maddencrafts.com, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.